I'm going to start in a standing position, and I just want you to stand towards the back end of your mat. And stand on your mat. Separate your feet slightly. Just let your body settle. Lift your eye line so that you're looking straight forward. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose. Breathe out through your mouth. And then pause for a moment and close your eyes. And just allow yourself to slow down. Notice your body in space. Feeling the opposition of your feet rooting you as your head floats upwards. Notice your joints, feet, ankles, knees, hips, pelvis. Find energy lifting all the way up through your spine and allowing your head to wobble on top. Notice your scapula, your shoulder blades sitting behind you. Notice your collarbones at the front of your rib cage. Notice your shoulders, elbows, wrists, and hands. And then just take a moment to feel your heartbeat and your breath. Take a moment to notice the conversation that you're having with yourself. And then let your thoughts drift past like clouds. Let your mind quiet for a moment. And just become present in this moment, on your mat, and in your body. And take a moment on this Saturday late morning to notice how your energy feels. And if you could describe your energy, would it be the same word you would describe your body? Do the two harmonize? And if they don't, it doesn't matter, just notice. And then take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Open your mouth, sigh, and let that description go. Open your eyes slowly, blinking gently, bring yourself back into the space. And on your next breath, just start rolling forward through your spine. And we're only going to go partway down. So come forward just until your hands are hanging in front of your knees. And stay there for a moment, feeling that rounded curve of your spine. Take another breath in. And then breathe out and come all the way forward. So now we're going to fold over from the front of the hip. And then pause there for a moment. Notice how the stretcher's possibly moved into the back of the leg. Now I want you to bend your knees enough that you can put your hands to the floor and walk yourself down onto all fours. Come down onto hands and knees. Release the feet out behind you and pause here for a moment. Let's move into a cat stretch. Start tucking the tailbone under and feel the movement come through your spine like a wave. Pushing out of your hands and and tucking your chin in. And then start lengthening your tailbone out behind you and either come to a neutral position or come towards a little bit of extension where you lift your eye line and lift your tail. And again, round your spine underneath you, feeling that lift through the belly, pushing away from your hand, and then lengthen the spine, either to neutral or to a gentle arch. Let's take 2 more. Move with your breath, and whatever feels good for you when it comes to your breathing. And lengthen, maybe extending the spine if it feels good. And just one more time, rounding the spine. And now just come back to the center, to a neutral position. Tuck your toes under. Lift your knees off the ground and move back into a downward facing dog. And then just push one heel to the ground and then the other, so you're getting a little bit of a release into those calf muscles again. Push both heels towards the mat, and it doesn't matter if your legs are straight or bent, yeah? Now, start walking your hands to your feet. Bend your knees if you need to. Go onto the tips of your fingers if you need to, and then just hang there for a moment. Shake your head no. Nod your head yes. Let your head hang heavy, and then roll back up into standing. Feel the abdominal muscles support you from the front, rooting into your feet as we come all the way up to stand up nice and tall. Roll the shoulders around. I'm just going to move so you can see me facing front, but you guys can stay as you are. Now, take your fingertips, place them to your shoulders, turn your head to your right, tilt your chin down as if you're going to sniff your armpit, and then play with the position of your head until you feel a stretch along the left side of your neck. Stay there. And then if you want to increase the stretch, you can take your left hand and reach it down towards the mat. And just enjoy that stretch down the left side of your neck. And then bring your fingertips back to the shoulders. Lift your head up and bring your head back to the center. Turn your head towards the left this time. Tilt your chin down and again play with the position of your head so that it feels good for your neck. Settle into your stretch, and then if you want to increase it, taking your right hand and reaching it down. So you're going to find that it just anchors the shoulder joint a little bit and gives you a slightly deeper stretch. Stay there for a moment, making sure you can breathe. Place your fingertips to your shoulders. Lift your head up, bring your head back to the center. Inhale and reach all the way up, long stretch. Exhale, open the arms nice and wide. Clear some space for yourself, and then just let your arms settle. You guys are going to stay where you are. We're going to do a second roll down. Take a breath in. Exhale, nod the chin. And come halfway down, just until your hands are in line with your knees. Stay here for a moment. Observe yourself. Feel the curve of your spine. And then let's go all the way down, folding over from the crease of the hip and allowing the stretch to move to the back of your legs. Bend your knees and walk down onto all fours. If you need padding underneath your knees, you can, but we're not going to stay here for too long. Relaxing the feet out. Balance on your left hand and reach the right hand out to the side. Coming in to thread the needle, and you can come as deep into it as you can, your body allows. If you need to put a cushion under your head, please do so. And then, would you like to move the left arm? You can reach it overhead, or maybe you can put it into your back. Just see what feels good for you this morning. And getting a rotation through the thoracic spine now. and it's supported, so you can really release into it. Few more seconds, breathing, letting your body soften a little bit. And now bring your left hand back onto the mat. Come all the way up and reach the right arm out towards the side. Hold it there for a moment, finding balance, and then bringing that hand back in. Balance on that right hand, and the left hand reaches to the side. Coming in to thread the needle on the other side. Settle into position. Figure out any props that you need, knees, head, and then would you like to move that right hand either forward or into your back, or maybe you just want to keep it on the floor, which is also fine. Staying here just for a few more moments. And bringing your right hand back onto the ground, pressing up, reach the left arm out to the side, and just pause there. Feel that core stability, and then placing the hand back down. Tuck your toes under, lifting your knees up, move back into a downward facing dog, and once again, pushing the heels down one at a time, getting that release into the soles of the feet, the Achilles, the calf muscles, up the back of the leg. Push both heels towards the floor. It doesn't matter if they're touching. And then walk your hands back to your feet. Soften your knees and just hang there for a moment. Shake your head no. Nod your head yes. Let your head hang heavy. And once again, unravel your spine as you come all the way up into standing. Shoulders relax. Again, you guys can stay where you are. I'm just moving so that you can see me. And just once again, roll the shoulders back and around. Feel that little opening across the heart. Feel that connection between the two shoulder blades. And then just allow the arms to soften. Bend your knees a little bit. Take your right hand. Reach it out. Bring it up and over. Coming into one lateral flexion of the spine. Come back up. And release the arm all the way down. Left arm, reach it out. Coming all the way up and over. Come back up and release it down. We're going to do one more time. Right arm comes up and over. Remember to keep the knees just a little bit bent. Now stay here. You can turn your head and look down if you need to relax your neck. But we're going to do gentle rhythmic bounces. So your hip is pushing out to the right. Your ribs are lifting up towards the sky, and your top hand is reaching. So remember that trampolining action, that's it. And listen, you don't have to move at the same rhythm as me. Figure out where your body wants to go. Maybe it's faster, slower, smaller, or good. One more time. Let the arm lift up and draw you all the way back. Stay here for a moment and close your eyes. And how does that right side of your body feel in comparison to the left right now? Maybe there's a shift, maybe there isn't. Just observe. Opening eyes, soften the knees. Left arm, reach it up and over. Coming into that gentle side stretch. Figure out your head position. And gentle trampolining. Connect your breathing to your movement. So for those of you that have been doing my classes, remember that this is the fascial release work that we do. And fascia likes oxygen, so we breathe. One more. Let your arms sweep up and bring you all the way back to the center. Pause for a moment as you close your eyes. It's your opportunity to just tune into your body and notice the effect of movements on your body and on your energy. Opening eyes, blink gently. Take a breath in. Exhale as you nod your chin and we roll halfway down. hands are in front of your knees. Feel the curve of your spine. Notice if it's feeling any different. And then all the way down we go. Folding over from the crease of the hip to find the release at the back of the legs. Now, walk the hands forward, just like we have been. Coming onto all fours, and if you need padding underneath your knees, please do so. Taking your right leg, stretch it backwards, and hold it here for a moment, balance. Taking your left fingertips, walk them forward, and then pause here for a moment. Just double check that your shoulders and your pelvis are level. Then can you pick up the arm and the leg and maintain your balance? And remember that it's a constant readjustment. Notice how your right hand and your left lower limbs are working. Notice the connection to your center. Energy through fingertips, energy through toes, and bring the arm and the knee back in. Let's try the other side, because we tend to have one side that's easier than the other. Sliding left leg back, keeping tippy toes to the floor. Walk the right fingertips forward, and then before you pick up the arm and the leg, check that your shoulders and your pelvis are squared to the ground. Float the arm and the leg up. Feel the connection into the lower abdominals and the gluteals. That's going to help you find your stability through your center. And then again, just notice how your body is constantly adjusting. It's not like this magical place that you suddenly hit and balance. And then bring the arm and the leg all the way back in. Nicely done. Now, slide your right leg back. Hold it here. Walk your right fingertips forward. Hold it here. So same arm and leg, guys. Can you pick up the arm and the leg and balance? And it's a little bit more challenging if I'm not mistaken, because now we're having to engage the lateral line on that left side. Stay with your breath, constantly readjusting, and then bringing it down and bringing it all the way in. Well done. Okay, now slide the left leg back. Walk the left fingertips forward. And then pick up the arm and the leg. And just balancing, connecting into the right lateral line. Keep breathing. Does one side feel easier for you? And bring the arm and the leg all the way back in. Open your knees, big toes together. Sit back and then rest all the way down. So again, please give yourself any padding that you need, either under knees, under your hips, or underneath your head. I'm going to take a moment here just to feel our breathing. So every time you breathe in, feel how the rib cage expands wide, forward and backwards. And every time you breathe out, feel how the ribs close. Just notice your rib cage for a second. And then our 12 sets of ribs connect onto the 12 thoracic vertebrae. So as you inhale and the ribs expand, can you really feel how you create space along your spine? And then as you exhale and the ribs close, can you feel how the vertebrae soften and draw back together? And breathing in, allow the joints to expand, create space, and as you exhale, allow the joints to soften and release. Just pay attention to your skeleton and your joints for a moment as you breathe. We're just going to take one more time. And now draw yourself all the way up onto all fours. And you're going to tuck your toes under and start walking your hands backwards towards your knees. Now, with your hips moving back towards your feet, you should be feeling a little bit of a stretch around the knuckles of the feet. If it's feeling pretty easy for you, you could bring your body weight even further back by putting your hands up onto your thighs. If it's too much, you put your hands onto the floor again. You don't have to torture yourself here. And then if it's feeling okay for you and pretty comfortable, you could even bring your body weight upright. So now you're fully weight bearing onto the toes. So this is quite a strong stretch. And if any of you have done yin yoga before, this is called the toe stretch. And it's one of the poses that actually opens all the meridians of the body. All 12 meridians get released here. And then on your next breath, release. Walking hands all the way forward again. And then just relax the feet out. Round your spine like a cat. And let's just gently push our hips back towards our heels. And a little release up again. And again, little press back. And a little release. So the more that you can keep your spine curved, so you really get that stretch into the lumbar spine, you start to hydrate. Release all the fascia and connective tissue around the sacrum and around the lower back. Last two. Last one. Come halfway forward and stop. Lift up onto the tips of your fingers and pull a little deeper into those abdominals. Slide your fingertips towards your knees as you roll up into a sitting position. And then lift the arms up and sweep them all the way around. Big stretch to open up the chest. I'm going to turn so that I can face you. And now, straight arms, hands facing backwards, lower abs, gluteals connected, energy through the crown of your head as we prepare for the 100s. We're doing 3 breaths in and 3 breaths out. Inhale to prepare, exhale for 3. Deep breath in, circle the arms back. Exhale, and then just let yourself sink onto your right hip. So you're going to let both your feet come out towards the side. You're going to hold onto your left shin or ankle, so you're sitting on your right bum. Just do a little bit of a lift up and over with the right arm. And then release, come all the way back. Sweep the left arm up and over, and then come all the way up. Stay here. Now, bend the top elbow, glue your scapula onto your ribs, and come down onto a flat hand there. We're going to bend the elbow for a little tricep and press back up. Keep the elbow tucking towards your ribs so that you really isolate this muscle at the back of the arm. Yeah. So your whole body is hinging to the side, but you still have a connection to the core, and you can still feel that you have shoulder girdle stability. So your neck isn't crunching up. Let's take 2 more. Let's take 1 more. Press all the way up, stay here. Take your top arm, reach it all the way up, open up across the heart, and then breathe out as you round the spine and bringing left hand towards the floor. And again, breathe in. So open the front arm line. And round the spine and open the back arm line. 2 more times. Breathe in. And breathe out. 1 more time. Deep breath in. and breathe out. Come all the way back to the center. Pause here for a moment. See if you can press yourself up. Balance. See if you can lift your feet up. You can help yourself if you need to. Swing your feet around to the front and tuck yourself into a little ball shape. Close your eyes and balance. And again, just noticing that gentle, constant shift and adjustment as you balance your body. Open eyes, blink gently, placing now your left hand to the floor as you swing your feet over to the right side. Find a comfortable seat, hold onto your right shin, reach up, and let's do a little stretch over to the side. Ooh, and it's amazing, I don't know about you guys, but I feel it in my hip when I do this, hey? Oh, release, placing hand down, big stretch over to the side, and then come all the way up and just straighten out both your arms for a moment. Make sure that your left hand is pointing away from you. Bend the top elbow, and let's do some little tricep dips. So we bend the elbow, tucking it into your body and pressing away. Good. Make any adjustments that you need. If you feel like your hand is too close or too far away. And again, let your body hinge over and see if you can find stability around the rib cage. Feel your scapula gluing to the back of your ribs. Isolating that little triceps muscle. And let's take 2 more. Like most Pilates instructors, we don't count. Press up and hold it. Reaching the top arm up. We're going to breathe and open up across the heart. And then round your spine and bring your right hand towards the floor. And again, inhale. Front arm line opens. And exhale, back arm line opens. Breathing in. And breathing out. Just one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Come back to the center. See if you can bring yourself upright. See if you can roll onto your sit bones. Help yourself if you need to. I'm a little bit wonky there. Let me straighten out. And tuck yourself into a little ball shape. Close your eyes. Just allowing yourself to breathe. You're going to stay there. I'm just moving sideways. Noticing that gentle, constant adjustment and shifting of your body as you balance. Open eyes and placing your feet down. Separate your knees and feet slightly. Hook your hands to the front of your knees and use your arms to help yourself sit up tall. So you might want to come forward on your mat there, Jules, so that you've got a runway strip behind you, somewhere to go. On your breath, curl the tailbone under and start rolling your spine back until your elbows are straight. So you almost feel like you're hanging off your arms and your heels of your feet are still grounded. Bend your elbows and pull forward and lift up straight. And again, draw the tail under. Roll back and let yourself almost hang off your arms. Take a breath. And exhale. Pull. Roll and lift. Take 2 more. So you're articulating your spine, but your arms are helping you to find a really nice range of movement here. And then bend the elbows. Feel the bend and lift. One more time. Draw the tail under. Hold it for a moment. Feel the opening between the shoulder blades. And then bend and lift up straight. Both hands reach. No arms now. On your breath, curl back. Take it back just enough until you feel a connection to your belly with no strain in the back. And then forward and lift up tall. And again, draw the tail. Pause for a moment. And forward. Lift up tall. One more time. Draw the tail under. This time, stay here. And now, go down onto your backs. Take the hands and reach them straight up towards the sky. Let your head settle down. And then bring your feet a little bit closer in towards your hips. Have your knees and feet still slightly apart. Shoulders are easy. Open your arms wide to the side, but don't let them rest. And then exhale and bring the arms up. Breathe in. Energy through the fingertips. And be aware as you open your arms that you don't want your rib cage to flare upwards. You want to keep a gentle connection into those abdominals and just allow the movement to come from the shoulder joint. If it feels like too much of a stretch, then you can always take your hands a little bit lower. Open your arms to the side. This time, stay here and put your hands down onto the floor. So the palms are still facing upwards. Make any adjustments that you need. We're going into a pelvic curl from here. Take a breath. Exhale, small tilt of the hips, feel the imprint, and then rolling up into a bridge position. And I want you to pause here for a moment and close your eyes. I want you to feel what is happening with your body here. Can you get the gluteus maximus, that is your big, powerful bum muscle, to switch on a little bit? Hamstring's going to work a bit. The hip flexors at the front of the hips are going to be opening. Can you feel width across your chest? And can you feel that your ribs are sliding downwards towards the pelvis? So you're not letting the ribs pop. And then can you relax your neck and the throat? Open your eyes, take a breath in, and then exhale and ripple down through the spine. Get a little bit of an imprint into the spine before you release the pelvis. Make any adjustments that you need. Let's go again. Breathing out, tilting hips. Rolling up into your bridge position. Pause at the top. And then down through the spine. Imprint. And release. Taking 2 more rounds. Tilting hips. Rolling up into a bridge. Nice lift from the back side of the body. And roll down through the spine. Soften. Consciously place yourself to the ground. And on this last one, we're going to stay up for a second. Tilting your hips. Rolling up into your bridge position. And we're going to pause here for a moment. Can you now hover your arms just off the ground? And just stay there for a moment and make sure that you can balance. Bring both your hands straight up to the sky above you. Now keeping your hips lifted, let's scissor the arms. Feeling the connection into the gluteals. Feeling the support with the abdominals. And as you do the scissor action with the arms, double check that you're not dropping the arms to the ground. You need to have enough control over your joints that you can hover the arms. 2 more. 1 more. Both hands come up to the sky. Pause for a moment. And now you get to ripple down through the spine. Imprint into the lower back. And release. Beautiful. Interlock the fingers. Place your hands under your head for support. Maybe do a little bit of a wiggle so you can lengthen your spine. Bring your knees and your feet together to touch. Find a happy place for your lower back and make sure that your elbows are just in the corner of your eye. Nod your chin. Breathe out as you come into your first chest lift. Hold it for a moment as you come up, and then releasing down with control. Use your breath to guide your movement. That's it. So you can be doing a single breath here. You could be holding for a moment at the top. What you want to find is that you can slide your ribs forward without pulling on your head. And you want to find stability through the pelvis without taking strain into the lumbar spine. Let's take 2 more. Let's take 1 more. And releasing all the way down. And just press the elbows back for a moment. Let the ribs lift. Maybe get a little bit of a stretch for the upper abs. And then slide your hands out and place your hands onto your pelvis. Guys, if anybody needs a pillow underneath your head now, please feel free to do that here. So you need to find core control and pick up your right leg and hold it in the air. Were you able to do that without compensating? Let's tap the toe. Pick it up. Tap the toe. So you are moving from the hip joint and you are seeing if you can do this, maintaining pelvic lumbar stability. So remember, this is hip disassociation concept. 1 more time. Bring the leg up. Hug your knee into your chest for a moment. You can draw it in quite nice and deep. You don't have to hold your pelvis in neutral. And then just slip your hands behind your leg, flexing the top foot, and let's do a little bit of a hamstring release. And release it down. Imagine that you're going to stand your foot on the ceiling above you. And if you can straighten your knee, then fabulous. But don't worry about it if you can't. The point is, are you feeling a stretch? 1 more time. Now stay there wherever you are and see if you can hold that position and bring your hands back to your pelvis. Bring that right leg down towards the floor without arching the lower back. And bring that leg back up again without tucking the pelvis. And again. So it's exactly what we were doing a few seconds ago, except now we've straightened the neck. And I want to see if we can disassociate at the hip joint while keeping stability and control around the core. This is essential for our more advanced work that we're going to do later. 1 more. Bring your leg up, hold it there, point your toes, and then simply cross the right thigh over the left thigh. Hold it there. Take your hands out to the side again like a Boeing 747. Roll both knees over towards the right and just let your left foot roll onto its edge. Turn your head and look the other way. And then breathe out as you access the obliques muscles, the abdominals, to draw your leg back to center. Now roll your knees the other side over towards the left. Look over the right shoulder and exhale. The obliques draw you back to center. 1 more time each way. And don't force it, yeah? This can be quite a strong rotation into the lumbar spine. So if you've got any lower back injuries, please just keep it small. You don't have to go all the way like I am. And then exhale, come back to the center. You're going to keep that thigh crossed and bring both knees up towards your chest. Just put your hands on your knees for a moment And if you're feeling a stretch here, you stay here. But if you want to increase it, slide your hands down your shins so you can start to grab onto your ankles. And what you should be feeling now is a stretch into the right gluteal, or whichever thigh is closest to your chest, that's the gluteal that you're going to be stretching. That deep muscle called the piriformis. And just allow your head and shoulders to relax heavy to the ground. Make sure that you can breathe. And then release your ankles, uncross your legs, and take a moment to just hug both knees to your chest. Tuck your chin in, pull your forehead towards your knees so you're tucking into a little bowl shape. And then release head and shoulders down. Place one foot down. Place the other foot down. Squeezing the knees together, squeezing the feet together. Now, both hands reach up to the sky. This is a little bit of a brain teaser, guys, so stay with me. Taking an arm scissor, where the right arm goes overhead and the left arm comes forward. Stay there, is everyone with me? Do another arm scissor. So now the right arm comes forward and the left arm goes overhead. Stay there. You start to windmill the arms around to the side so that now you have the right arm overhead and the left arm forward. Let's arm scissor. And one more time, arm scissor. Stop. You should have the right arm overhead. Windmill the arms around to the side. So now you have the left arm overhead and the right arm down. Are you with me? Let's go. Scissor. Scissor. Windmill the arms all the way around. We scissor. We scissor. Windmill the arms all the way around. Two more sets. We scissor. We scissor. And windmill around. Last set. Scissor. Scissor. Windmill all the way around. Bring both hands up to the sky. Gold medals, well done. Interlock the fingers, hands behind the head. Find a happy place for your lower back. The elbows are floating. Inhale to nod the chin. Exhale, slide the ribs forward. And inhale, releasing all the way back. And again, breathing out as you come up into a baby chest lift. And inhale, release. And again. And release. Taking two more. Finding the connections into those upper abdominals. One more. And releasing down. Stay there. Press the elbows back. Let the ribs pop up, releasing the upper abs. And then slide your hands out and place your hands over your two pelvic bones. Picking up the left knee, holding it there, double check your core stability, and we tap the toe. And lift. And lift. Starting hip disassociation on the left side. One more time. Bring the knee up. Interlock your hands over your knee. Pull that knee tight towards your chest. Hold it there for a moment. And then move your hands behind the thigh. Flexing the foot and hamstring release. Stretch the leg up. Standing on the ceiling and bend the knee in again. And again. And release. And again. Taking two more. Trying to keep the pelvis down. Trying to keep the head and shoulders easy. One more. Now you're going to hold it there. Can you stabilize and place your hands on your pelvis? Hinge the left leg forward towards the ground without resting, no arching in the spine. And exhale, lift up, no tucking in the pelvis. And we go. Hinging forward. And you probably will feel quite a bit of work into the hip flexor muscle and maybe into the quadricep muscle as well. Last one. Bring your leg up and hold it. Point your toe and then cross your left thigh over the right thigh. Open the arms wide. Rolling both knees to the left. Turn your head and look over the right shoulder. Exhale, use the obliques. So it's always pulling the ribs towards the opposite hip. Taking your knees to the right this time and look over the left shoulder. Breathe out as you draw back to center, abdominals. Rolling both knees to the left. And one more time, both knees to the right. Such a lovely stretch. Exhale, draw back to the center. Keep your legs crossed and bring both knees up to the chest. Put your hands on your knees, and remember you can stay here if you've got a stretch, or you can slide your hands down towards the ankles. And if you're super duper flexible, you could even put your hands underneath the ankles and start pulling your ankles out towards the side. So in yoga, they do this seated upright, and then the feet come out to the side, and it's called the cow-faced pose because it's supposed to look like a cow's head with the horns going out to the side. So now you're going to have a stretch, maybe quite an intense stretch into that deep left bum, the piriformis muscle. Any of you who suffer from sciatica, make sure you do this stretch every day. A few more seconds. And then uncross. Hug both knees in towards your chest. Tuck your chin in. Curl yourself into that tight little ball shape. And then release yourself all the way back down. Now listen, you're going to keep your feet off the ground. Bring your hands, palms down into a low V position. So they're a little bit wider than your mat. Start lifting your shins up so that they are parallel to the floor, and bring your thighs a little bit away from your chest, but without taking strain in the lower back. Glue the knees together, glue the feet together. Roll both your knees towards the right, but don't go further than the edge of your mat. You should have your left shoulder on the floor, and exhale to come back to the center. Roll both knees to the left. Squeeze the knees, squeeze the ankles. Do not go further than the edge of your mat. Come to center. Let's do that again. Breathing in, chest open, arms down. Exhale, back to the center. Over to the left, not too far. And exhale, back to center. Now bring your knees over to the right and hold it there. Stretch your legs as much as you can manage. If you can straighten them, that's great. And then bend your knees and pull back to the center. Now take your legs over towards the left. Hold it there. Start extending the knees just as much as you can manage, but you want to have a look at your toes and make sure that they're in line with each other. Bend your knees back to the center. One more time each side. Roll the knees across. Extend your legs. Connect your abdominals. Bend the knees. Make sure you're protecting your back. Come to center. Last one. Knees to the left. Extend. Bend. Pull back to the center. Place one foot down. Place the other foot down. Stretch your legs out. Reach your arms overhead. And let's do a good morning stretch. It's never too late in the day to do a good morning stretch. Let's make a little croissant to one side. And let's make a little croissant over to the other side. And then come back to the center and just bring your hands up to the ceiling above your chest. Now, I like to do my roll-ups with my legs together, okay, because I feel my inner thigh connection. But if you want to open the legs a little bit, please feel free. Start reaching the arms backwards without letting the ribs pop. Stay there for a moment. Energy through fingertips, energy through feet. You can point the toes or you can flex. Just no spaghetti legs. Lift arms. Lift head. Breathe as you roll forward. And if you need to help yourself, you hold onto your legs and you come all the way forward until your nose is just above your pubic bone. Nice, Jules. Stay there for a moment. Make sure that your profile is above your arms, so we're not doing this. You're not going to hide your face. Hold it there. And now, start rolling yourself back. Energy through feet, energy through fingertips. Gentle squeeze of the bottom cheeks. Fabulous. And the arms reach all the way back. Guys, if it doesn't feel good on your back, please don't force it. Bend your knees if you need to and give yourself padding under your back if you need to. Here we go. Lift arms. Lift head. Breathe. Long stretch over. Stay for a moment. And then we ripple down. Very nice. Place yourself deliberately and consciously onto the ground. One more time, make it the best one you can. Here we go. Lifting arms, lifting head, breathe. And this time, you can go as far forward as you want to. You can bend your knees if you need to. I'm just going to relax here for a moment. Relax your neck if you can. Take a breath in. And then unravel your spine and lifting all the way up and tall. So I'm going to turn so I'm facing towards the camera. So we did this in a few classes. I think we did it yesterday as well. You are going to take your right foot and cross it over. So this is a seated spine twist. I want you to flex the left toes so that you're pulling the toes up. Put your right hand behind your back and prop yourself up as best you can. Reach up. Create some space. Start twisting towards the right so that you can hook your elbow and then continue looking over the shoulder. And then close your eyes and connecting into your breath. Notice how each inhale and each exhale actually allows your body to soften into the shape. You don't even have to do anything else except breathe. And then open your eyes. Let yourself untwist. Put both your hands now over to the left side. Put your hands flat and just roll onto the left side hip and just do a little bit of a rocking action here for a second. Now, rock a little bit to the side and stay here. Take your left hand and put it just in line with your hip with your fingers pointing away. And then take your right hand and reach towards your baby toe. And we're just going to stay here today. I want you to just judge where you are. If you can't touch your toe, put your hand on your ankle. If you can touch your baby toe, then wrap your fingers around. And we're just going to stay here and rock a little bit on the hip. Now, guys, we are heading towards something called the baby grasshopper. So when we do this, either tomorrow or on Monday, if you cannot hold your toe, please bring either a towel or a sarong or a scarf that you can loop around your foot. Even a belt will work so that you can actually get a firm grip. And then release and unwind, stretching that leg all the way out. The baby grasshopper is so much fun. Now, pick up your left leg, cross that foot over, curl the right toes up, left hand goes behind your back. Prop yourself up, create space, and start reaching. Twist towards the left, hooking the elbow, and then turning to look over your left shoulder. Close your eyes and just breathe. You're using your arms to support you, not to force you into any twist. Your breathing is going to release you a little bit deeper each time. Taking one more breath in and out, and then release, untwist. Move both hands over to your right side. Put your hands flat so that you can roll onto the side of your hip, and then just rock forwards and backwards a few times. So you still want to feel like you're standing on this foot, by the way. Now, rock over and stay there. Move your right hand so it's in line with the hip. Middle finger pointing away. And then take your left hand and figure out what can you hold onto on this side. So either onto the ankle, your pants, your baby toe, whatever it is. And again, we start a little rocking. And maybe you can hold onto the toe this side that you couldn't before, or maybe it's a bit tighter. Just remember, tomorrow or the day after, I'm going to ask you to bring a towel or something that you can wrap around your foot if you cannot hold onto your baby toe. And come all the way up, release, uncross, and stretch those legs all the way out. Good. So now I want you to flip onto your stomach. Let's see how we're doing for time here. Oh my goodness, how did that happen? Onto your other stomach, Jules. We all have those moments. All right, so have your legs slightly apart, placing the hands beside your shoulders, hover the tip of your nose, engage the gluteals, and we're just going to inhale to come up. Now I want you to make this effortless, and exhale to release down. Breathe in to come up and inflate your lungs like balloons, and exhale to release down. As you inflate your lungs, you float up. And we exhale, release. As you come up into Cobra, lift your heart. And exhale, release. Taking 2 more times, breathing in. And exhale, release. 1 more time, breathing in, and this time exhale, and just stay here. It should feel easy. Use your arms, open up your heart, do not strain. Bend the right knee, and just bring your foot towards your bum. If you've got knee issues, keep it small, and then extend that leg out long. Maybe you even need to adjust the position of your legs. Bending the left knee, and extend. Bending the right knee, keeping your heart lifted, and extend. So we are increasing the opening along the front line of the body by bending the knee. We are shortening the back line of the body when we bend the knee. They're partners with each other. They work together. 2 more. If your back is taking strain, come down a little bit. You don't have to be lifted high. I just happen to have a very mobile back. Bend the left knee, release down, hold it, and then release your chest and relax. Take your hands, place them under your shoulders, elbows up, push up onto your knees. That was our one push up for today. Bring your knees underneath your hips. Wrists under the shoulders. Let's do one cat stretch. Oh, stretch it out for that back extension. Maybe move your hips back a little bit if that feels good. And you can even sit here for a second. Come forward again. Shoulders above wrists. And then lengthen the spine. Tuck your toes under. Lift your knees. Move back. And coming into downward facing dog, pedal the heels. Push both heels down towards the mat. And then walk your hands to your feet. Bend your knees if you need to. Go onto the tips of your fingers if you need to. And then hang there. Shake your head, no. Nod your head, yes. Let your head hang heavy. Take a breath. And then exhale, up you come. Rolling up slowly. Just allowing the blood flow to settle. Roll the shoulders back and around a few times. And then just pause there for a moment. I'm again going to turn to face towards the camera. Double check that your feet are in line, arms are easy, eye line is lifted. And take a moment to close your eyes. And once again, feel your body in space. Feel the joints gently stacked, one on top of the other. Notice your heartbeat and your breath. Take a moment to notice your energy. And just as we did an hour ago, if you could describe your energy in one word, what would it be? And could you describe your physical body with that same word? And it doesn't matter if they match or not, just observe. Is there a harmony between energy and physical? Take a deep breath in, sigh out. Open your eyes, blink gently. Give your wrists and hands a little bit of a shake. Give your ankles and feet a little bit of a shake. Fabulous, guys. Thank you, Jules.
Namaste, Renee.
Thank you. Pleasure. So let me turn the audio on.
You see these flowers are delicate.
Oh, they're beautiful, hey?